Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Yes, another fun day. Now, insulin pumps are great. Sensors are great because they keep sending messages to your pump to tell you what your blood sugars are. But you know what? Things you have to continually read. You have to take a look and say, okay, I'm peaking at this time, or I'm dropping a little low. Maybe I need a little bit more of a snack. But people don't want to do this. A lot of times, years ago, when I had to record every blood sugar I did in my diabetes log, it was difficult. And a lot of times, for a while there, I'd have things on slips of paper, and I just kept these logs, but the doctor didn't really care about them, so I kind of lost interest in doing it. Now, if your doctor is tightly concerned about control, and it should be because that's going to keep you healthy, they usually say 4 times a day: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and bedtime. Do a blood sugar. Now, one kind of trick I kind of did was I would do a blood sugar at 4 in the morning, and if I was high, I'd give myself a little bit of extra insulin, or correcting my dose to bring me down. And this had got when I went to see my diabetic nurse, and it wasn't my diabetic nurse that day, it was someone else. And oh no, you can't do that. Oh my God, no, you have to have the insulin at this time and this time. Yeah, but you see, I'm waking up being very high, feeling sick. It's kind of like, but no, you can't do that. You're going back to sleep after giving insulin. I'm not giving 125 units. I'm giving myself 10 units if I'm over 14. It's kind of like, So now I would get up and do my blood sugars, and if I was high, I wouldn't be able to treat it one single bit. And then the next time I went to see my diabetic nurse, she said, "Oh, well, your blood sugars are always high in the morning. Why is that?" "Well, because I need more insulin in the morning than I do at nights." But it's important for people, if you're not on an insulin pump, to do your blood sugars at least 4 times a day. And then every so often, like the afternoon, mid-afternoon, you eat lunch, we'll say at 12, maybe at 2, 4, and just do a brief look. I'm not saying every single day. I'm saying certain days. Keeping your diabetes under control is hard, and it's hard work sometimes. You may not like doing it all the times. You know, I can remember that for when I first got diagnosed, they wanted to have me do urine tests at school for lunch. And of course I'd be let out for lunch with everyone else, inclusive. But I couldn't go eat. I had to go and void my urine out of my bladder and then wait and get a fresh sample. And then you had to bring a specimen cup, an eyedropper, pills, and a test tube. And first of all, well, for me anyway, I'm in a new school, and because in Vancouver at that time, I think it's pretty much the same. You went to elementary school, and then you went right into high school, and you, from grade 8 to 12, you were kind of in, the high school. I was so lucky for my 3 years I was there. I think it was about 3 years, 2.5 anyway, that when you went there, the grade 8s were assigned to grade 12, kind of to make sure they got through the school fine and everything. And I got one that kind of stuck with me throughout my years there. And it was great. And I was kind of like, he would wait for me to do what I had to do, and then we'd go have lunch together. A lot of times we were calling it super late, because I don't know about you, but having to go to the bathroom and then revoiding and getting a fresh sample was supposed to tell what your blood sugars were. But everyone has something called a renal threshold, at different levels. So, you weren't able to be that discerning if you were reading someone else's. But doing your blood sugars nowadays is so much easier. You go in, you take your glucometer, you can quickly do it kind of under the table. Or your pump can tell you what your number is. And we're allowed to get tighter control. And I think people need to be aware of this. And, it's a lot more common nowadays. When doing research for these videos, came across, I guess it's a commercial from the UK, in which a guy gets on a bus with his friends. He pulls out his insulin and this guy grabs it from him and says, hey, he's on needles. And this guy turns to him and says, come on, Frank. I don't know what name he used, and say, you know Peter's a diabetic. And he tells about diabetes. And I thought that was such an original. But yes, it's a pain, dragging this glucometer around with you. Having pumps attached to you, whether you're attached by tubing, which I am, or the ones on your shoulder, it still does you no good unless you utilize the information. And that's pretty much, I wanted to make sure that you understand that you need to take a look at these results. Just collecting all this information isn't going to do anyone any good unless you start looking at it and understanding, why am I going high there? Am I sneaking, 3 cookies after lunch? And to show everyone, I'm just showing a different number. Doesn't work that way. You need to take care of you. And part of it is understanding your blood sugars and understanding what your body is doing. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.
This is the